Okay, yeah. So good afternoon, everyone. We will be starting the revision of quadratic equations. So I'll be going through all the concepts which is taught in your class. First, we will just see the concepts. Then we'll work on the problems based on this chapter. Okay, everyone? Tell me, okay? Now, when we talk about this chapter, okay, so let's start with the basic definition of quadratic equation. I hope all of you know what's the basic definition of quadratic equation, what is quadratic equation, all those things. Tell me, right? So even though if you know, we will just go through that. Okay, so when we talk about the quadratic equation, I can say that quadratic equation is a kind of a, tell me, a polynomial having degree 2, right? A polynomial having degree 2, right? It may be in one variable or two variable, but it should be of degree 2. That is the meaning of quadratic equation. Okay, but for our syllabus, we just have to remember, or we used to have, tell me, only one variable. Okay, but it may be in two variable also. Now, the standard form of quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c, okay, is equal to 0. Now, when we talk about ax square plus bx plus c, the value of a, b, and c can change. But if a is equal to b, if a is equal to 0, suppose if a is equal to 0, can it be a quadratic equation? Tell me, can it be a quadratic equation? No, right? Very good. Okay, so anything can be 0, but a should not be equal to 0. For any quadratic equation, a should not be equal to 0. That's first condition. Okay, got it? Right? So when you talk about these concepts, I can say that, okay, a question like these can be asked, that which of these is a quadratic equation? So tell me, which of them are your quadratic equation? It is clearly given. The answer is given that first is quadratic equation. So you might be thinking, okay, what about third? Third is quadratic equation, yes or no? No, very good. My second question, third is third a polynomial? For example, x square minus 6x plus 5 root x minus 7. Is it a polynomial? No, right? So if it's not, degree is not negative, Pragna. Degree is, okay, second one, I'm talking about the third one. Yes, second one, it is negative. So this is also not a, tell me, but if you cross multiply, then it will be a biquadratic equation. But when you talk about third one, okay, in third, the power is 1 by 2. It's not a whole number. Yes, very good. Okay. Then we studied how to solve a quadratic equation. So the first method is very easy, by simple factorization or split the middle term. I hope everyone already know this method. Tell me, yes or no? Everyone already know this method, right? Yes. Okay. Now, second method is comparatively difficult one. Okay, some second method is usually difficult for the students, which is completing the square. Okay, right? So as I said, when you talk about completing the squares, we have to consider that the equation, whatever the equation I'm having, I have to convert into this form. Tell me. Wait. I have to convert every equation into this form. Right? X plus u whole square minus v square is equal to 0. Okay, yes or no? Tell me, yes or no? So when we talk about this method, okay, this is most important method for your syllabus, class 10 syllabus. Okay, now if you see this, it is in the form of a square minus b square, which can be factorized into a plus b into a minus b. So if somehow I can convert my quadratic equation in this form, I can say, okay, if I can convert my quadratic equation in this form, okay, which is x square plus 2ux plus u square minus v square is equal to 0, then I can factorize it using a square minus b square and a square plus v square. Makes sense? Now, how to do that? So what I'll do is, suppose I'm having an equation which is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Okay, right? Everyone, please focus here because this is in your exam. This is in your syllabus. Okay, so I can say that the first coefficient of x square, which is this a, is 1, and here it is a. So what we have to do, we have to divide every term by a. So let's divide it. So after dividing, we will get a quadratic equation which is something like this: x square plus b by ax plus c by a is equal to 0. Right? Now, when we compare the second term, which is 2u, okay, so 2u is equal to b by a, which means u is equal to b by 2a. Okay, so I can try to modify the second term as 2 into b by 2a into x. Okay, but the third term is u square, and we don't have u square over here. So what we will do, we will add as well as subtract u square. Okay, we will add u square, which is b square by 4a square, and subtract u square, which is minus b square by 4a square. Okay, that we can do because u square minus v square is 0. U square minus u square is 0. So I can do that. Plus c by a. I'll write c by a over here. Okay. Now I can say that, okay, this is your x plus u whole square. So I can convert this into x plus u whole square. I'll just write it as x plus u whole square. Now the left out term is b square by 4a square plus c by a. Now if you take negative common and take LCM, I'll get something like this, which is b square minus 4ac by 4a square, right? And if you consider b square minus 4ac as d, which is discriminant, all of you already know this, then it will become root d by 2a whole square. Now this is a square minus b square. I can convert into a plus b into a minus b. So from here I can get this, which is a quadratic formula, and I hope everyone, right? Everyone remember this, right? Everyone know this quadratic formula. Yes or no? Just raise your hand. There should not be a single student who should not remember or who should not. Yes, right? Okay, very good. Everyone remember. And D is your discriminant. D is your discriminant. Now, I hope everyone is right. Everyone is acquainted with this second method. Now, second method and third method are almost same, because when you talk about third method, which is using formula, quadratic formula or Sridharacharya's formula, so I can say that, okay, that formula is derived from completing square itself. Yes or no? That formula is derived from completing square itself. So I can say, okay, I need not to remember this, right? I need not to remember this. I can either use the basic of this completing square, or I can just use, tell me, or I can just use quadratic formula. Okay, right? So this is the steps that I have already done. Okay, we have already discussed this. So this is your quadratic formula, or also known as Sridharacharya's method, because it was again discovered by a scientist called Sridharacharya's. Right? Now, when you talk about this, I can say, okay, so this is one root and this is second root. So I'll just say, okay, this is alpha and this is beta. So if you add them, if you add alpha plus beta, right? So plus b square minus 4ac minus b square minus 4ac will get cancelled. Okay, and minus b will become minus 2b by 2a. So it will become minus b by a, right? And if you multiply these two, which is alpha into beta, this is what? Again, a minus b, a plus b. So it will be a square minus b square. So minus b square will become b square. And again, this is minus b square. So it will cancel. So we are left with plus 4ac by 2a. So plus 4ac, right? Okay, root 4ac plus 4ac by 2a will become what? We are multiplying, right? So 2a into 2a will become 4a square. So 4ac by 4a square will become c by a. Okay, so these are the sum of roots and product of roots that we have to use a lot. Now, when we talk about the problem based on this, so many problems are asked based on this concept only. Okay, right? Sum of roots and product of roots and all those things. Make sense? Right? Now, the next is discriminant. We know that when we talk about D, right? So D, root D, okay, is one of the part of the roots. Now, when we talk about root D, I can say that whatever is inside whatever is inside root should be positive to have a real value, which means D should be greater than equal to 0 for real value. Okay, so I can say that, okay, depending on the value of D, I can have real root, imaginary root, or equal roots. So if D is equal to 0, then we will have two same roots, because plus minus D will become 0. Okay, So I can say that we can have these conditions when d is greater than 0, real root, and distinct means both the roots will be different. D is equal to 0, equal and real, d less than 0, no real roots. So this is your imaginary roots. Okay, so from here we will discuss the complex number part. We will discuss that also because we have studied, right? So suppose I'm having root minus 3. So it will become what? It will become root 3 into root minus 1. And we know that root minus 1 is equal to, tell me, what is root minus 1? Yashika, Dhruv, root minus 1 is I. Very good. So it will become root 3i. Got it? So we will be discussing this case also. We will be discussing third case also. Okay. So everything will become in imaginary values. Okay. Got it? Right? Harsh is here. Harsh, you're getting everything? Tell me. Harsh, Abhiram, you guys are getting? Okay. Now, so this is in terms of D. In terms of B, A, and C, we can have again, we can have this. If B is equal to 0 and C by A is less than 0, right? Then again, equal in magnitude but opposite in sign. This is about values of real root, yes or no. Just put the value in this equation. You will get it. Just put the value. If you don't get it, try to understand, right? B is equal to 0. If B is equal to 0, so what will you get? Tell me, B is equal to 0. So it will be root B square minus 4 is C, 0, right? Got it? And C by A is less than 0, which is C into A is definitely less than 0. So this will be positive. Okay, so 2A to A will get cancelled. Got it? So roots will be this. Because C by A is negative, so it will be plus C by A and minus C by A. Yes or no? Yes or no? Right? Okay. So when you talk about some important results, think about it. This is basically your shortcuts. Now think about it. Whenever we have a question like this, x square minus a square is greater than or equal to 0. I can say that, okay, x plus a and x minus a is greater than or equal to 0, which means, right, the value should lie between, right, value should lie between infinity to plus minus infinity plus infinity, except between minus a to a. Yes or no? This is something that we have already discussed in inequality, right? I hope all of you remember. This is something that we have already discussed in inequality. Yes or no? Tell me, yes or no? So this you can conclude from inequality. So this is a mixture of quadratic and inequality. Okay. We have already studied the sine law and all those things, so we can solve this. Okay, very good, Mohit. So when this x square minus a square is less than 0, then I can say that the roots will be between minus a to plus a. Okay. Now, this is very easy problem. Question number 2. Don't you think that the question number 2 is very easy? Yes or no? Yes, a is equal to 3, b is equal to 11, c is equal to 10. So find the value of d. After finding the value of d, I can find the nature of roots. Now, try to find question number 3. Everyone, try to find question number 3. Question number 3. Everyone, try to solve question number 3 and let me know. Very good. So let's see. So what you have done, right? You just find the value of, tell me, b square minus 4ac, which is d. And for real and equal, it should be greater than or equal to 0. So k square minus 4 into 3 into 3 is greater than or equal to 0. Yes. So it will have two values. If you remember, it will have two values, plus minus 6. Okay, plus minus 6. Because it is k square now. Got it, everyone? So those who are saying just one values, right? Okay, you're missing one value. I hope all of you remember this concept that k square minus k square, right, greater than 36 is basically k square minus 36 Okay, so equal, right? So equal to 36 is equal to 0, equal to 0. So it is k plus 6 into k minus 6, right? You should never ever just, yes, and we know that if k square is equal to 36, then k is equal to plus minus 6. Remember these concepts, okay? Easy. So this type of problem is easy, yes or no? Yes or no? Now, the second, yes, so these are the type 1 problem. I hope all of you understood the type 1 problem. These kind of problem is asked in your boards. Yes. Now, second type of problem that is asked is associated with your sum of roots and product of roots. For example, you are asked to find, okay, if the sum of roots of this equation is this and product of root is this, right? Then find the equation whose sum of root is this or whose product of roots is this and all those things. Yes or no? Tell me. Yes or no? I hope all of you have solved these kind of problems. Okay, so I can say that, okay, suppose I have to find the equation whose sum of root is x square, a square plus b square, or a square minus b square, or a cube plus b cube, a cube minus b cube. So I just have to convert whatever the root is given in terms of alpha plus beta and alpha minus alpha into beta. Yes or no? Right? So I can use these identities. I can use these identities. See, each and every identity is written in terms of alpha plus beta and alpha beta. Yes or no? Just go through it. Just go through it. Right? Right, everyone? So I guess you can already convert whatever the value is given in terms of alpha plus beta and alpha into beta. For example, my question is find the equation whose roots are 1 by alpha and 1 by beta. This is the question that you have solved a lot. So I can say that, okay, minus b by a should be given by 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta. For new equation, this is for new equation, okay, which is alpha plus beta by alpha beta. So you already know what is alpha plus beta, what is alpha minus beta, so you can find it. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes, let's try to solve some problem based on this. Okay, let's try to solve some problem based on this. Right? So these are some more shortcut concepts. Okay, some more shortcut concepts. You can directly use it, right? Or you can just derive it, doesn't matter. You can just derive it. Okay, right? So these are for exams, for competitive examinations. Okay, if you remember this, then it will be easy. Otherwise, you can just derive it, no issues. Okay, you need not to remember it all the time, but you can just go through it and revise it. Okay, it will save your time. There's nothing which is new here. It is just the problems which is given in terms of formulas. For example, think about it, right? This one or fourth one. If one root is 3 times the other, which means alpha is 3 beta, right? So we know that alpha plus beta is equal to minus p, and alpha into beta is equal to q. So we will just put it, we'll get this relationship, right? So this is just a kind of shortcut. It is nothing new, it is just a kind of shortcut. Okay, so you need not to remember these. You can anyway derive this. Yes or no? Tell me. Yes or no? Okay, now this is the basic concept. This is the basic concept. My question is, okay, how can I try to utilize these concepts and solve higher level problems? Okay, now I hope everyone can solve this kind of problems. Think about it. Can you solve this kind of problems? Tell me, can you solve this kind of problems? Let's see who can solve in 2 minutes. Let's see who can solve this question in 2 minutes. I'll give you 2 minutes, sharp 2 minutes. So 2 minutes is over. Let's discuss. So see, this is again when you talk about these kind of problems, it's not that difficult. It is type of problems in which you have to modify. Okay, you have to modify this into quadratic equation. We have solved lots of problems like this. So I can say that, okay, x by x plus 1, right, can be taken as y. Okay, then it will become a quadratic equation, right? Then I'll get the value of y, which is 2 and 3. Then x by x plus 1, right? X by x plus 1 is 2 in first case. In second case, x by x plus 1 is 3. Okay. So if you try to equate it, if you try to equate both the equations, when x by x plus 1 is 2 and x by x plus 1 is 3, then I can find the value which is minus 2 and minus 3 by 2. So the answer is minus 2 and minus 3 by 2. Got it, everyone? Tell me. Everyone got this? Harsh, Abhiram? Navya, it is minus, negative. Guys, it is negative. Anagha, Neha, Preeti is absent, I guess. Shanti, Shreya, all of you are getting? Yes? Okay, very good. Now, try solving this problem. Try solving this problem. Again, 2 minutes. Take 2 minutes. Try solving this. Okay, let's see. Right? First of all, in this, I have to substitute something. Right? What I can substitute? Tell me what I can substitute. Okay, tell me what we have to substitute. Yes, x minus 1 by x. So I'll substitute x minus 1 by x as y. Okay, so I'll substitute that. But what we do with this x square plus 1 by x square, we can say that, okay, x square plus 1 by x square is equal to x minus 1 by x whole square, right, plus 2. Yes or no? Yes or no? Right? So I'll just put it, okay. So my equation would be something like this. My equation would be something like this. Y square plus 2, right? This. So after solving, I'll get x is equal to plus minus 1. The answer is plus minus 1. Okay, right? For case 1, plus minus 1 for case 1. And see, this will give you what? Right? Got it? Now, if you take second case, then you will get this value, which is 3 plus minus root 13 by 2. Okay, so total of 4 values you got. Got it? Total of 4 values you will get. Make sense? Yes or no? Tell me yes or no. Very good, Mohit. So those who didn't get it correctly, please check your answers, check your steps. Okay, even though it seems like easy, these type of questions like a concept. Okay, now try to solve this problem. Try to solve this problem, question number 6. Think about it. How to solve question number 6? Think about it. How to solve question number 6? I'll give you 3 minutes for this. Okay, I'll give you how to approach this problem. Tell me. Kushagra, tell me how you approach this problem. You can speak, right? Tell me, guys. How you approach this problem? That is the first question. Kushagra, you have solved it. So tell me how you solve this problem. Okay. So divide both sides by x square. So yes, if we divide both sides by x square, what we will get? Right? We'll get equation similar to this one, right? Similar to the previous one. Think about it. Yes or no? Yes or no? Right? Got it? If we divide this by x square, we will get an equation which is similar to the previous one, where x plus 1 by x can be taken as y and x plus 1 by x square can be written as y square minus 2. Now we will just put the value and solve it. Okay, got it. Now after this, we can find the value of x and y. Okay, got it? Tell me, got it? Everyone? Priyanshu, got this? Pragna, Neha, Harshan? Okay, okay, very good, right? So technically we will get what, how many equations, right? We will get two equations now. So that was for case one. When you talk about case two, when y is equal to 3, then I'll get another two solutions. The total number of solutions will be 4, now same as the previous question, right? Total number of solutions will be 4. Make sense? Tell me, make sense? I hope all of you understood this. Okay, very good. Very good, everyone. Now, when we talk about the concepts, the next concept, this was the first concept, which is just solving just solving the equations. Now, second concept is using alpha and beta and trying to find the, trying to find the equation. So let's think about it. Let's think about it. I can say that, okay, I can write any equation. I can write any equation in terms of, suppose I'm having equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Divide this equation by a. So I'll write it a square minus b by a x plus c by a is equal to 0. Yes or no? Tell me, yes or no? Yes. So I can say that, okay, minus b by a nothing but sum of roots. Minus b by a is nothing but alpha plus beta, sum of roots. And cy is nothing but product of roots. So if I know sum of roots and product of roots, I can find the equation, I can write the equation. Make sense? Tell me, make sense? Yes? Got it? Okay. So I hope all of you can solve problem based on this, because this is pretty straightforward, right? You just have to find the sum of roots and product of roots and just put it in the equation. Okay. Now, second, after this, the next concept was condition for common roots. Now, in this case, we have two cases, right? What are the two cases? First cases is, because when we talk about common roots, we have two roots. Yes or no? We have two roots. So I can have both root common or only one root common. Okay, now suppose we have only one root common, then what? So if I'm having only one root common, then I can say, okay, I'll have a solution. Suppose the common root is alpha. Suppose the common root is alpha. So this alpha will satisfy both the equations, yes or no? Tell me, yes or no? Right? So I can write equation like this, a1 alpha square plus b1 alpha plus c1 is equal to 0. That's your first equation. And second equation will be a2 alpha square plus b2 alpha plus c2 is equal to 0. Yes or no? Tell me, yes or no? Everyone got the concept till this point? Yes or no? Snigdha, you're marked absent. You joined now. Okay, so you're marked absent. Message me after the class. Now, think about it, how to solve it, how to solve it. Okay, can I say, okay, this is something similar to linear equation two variable, where alpha square, put alpha square as x and alpha as y, right? If I put alpha square as x and alpha as y, what can I say? Is it a linear equation two variable? Tell me, is it a linear equation two variable? Yes or no? Yes or no? Right? I'll get something like this now. I'll get something like this. A1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0 and a2x plus b2 is equal to 0. Now, how can we solve this? We know that, okay, we have a method called cross multiplication. I hope all of you remember, right? I hope all of you remember method called cross multiplication. So I can say that I'll write like this: x divided by everyone. Do you know this shortcut method of cross multiplication? It is a by. Tell me. You start with this: b1, b2, c1, c2, a1, a2. Tell me. Then b1, b2. Right? y1. This is what? b1 c2 minus c1 b2. Yes or no? Tell me. Yes or no? Then c1 a2 minus a1 c2. Then 1 divided by a1 b2 minus a2 b1. So this is a shortcut one. This is a shortcut one. Right? Suppose if I use the same thing. If I use the same thing. Right? So what I'll get? Alpha squared divided by what? Tell me. b1 c2 minus c1 b2 is equal to alpha divided by, tell me, c1 a2, okay, minus c2 a1 is equal to 1 divided by a1 b2 minus a2 b1. Yes or no? Tell me yes or no. Now I can say equate this and this. Equate this and this first. Equate these two. If you equate these two, I'll get, okay, after equating these two, I'll get alpha is equal to c1 a2, this is a by the way, this is a, sorry, minus c2 a1 divided by a1 b2 minus a2 b1, right? And if you equate these two, if you equate these two, so one alpha will get cancelled. So I'll get alpha is equal to, tell me, I'll get alpha is equal to what? b1 c2 minus, tell me, b2 c1 divided by c1 a2 minus c2 a1. Now, since both the roots are same, we will equate it. We'll equate it. So after cross multiplication, we'll get something like this. Yes or no? Tell me. Yes or no? Yes or no? This will multiply with this again. So it will be c1 a2 minus c2 a1 whole square into b1 c2 minus b2 c1 into b1 c, sorry, is equal to b1 c2 minus b2 c1 into a1 b2 minus a2 b1. So this is the relationship. Yes or no? Tell me. Yes or no? Have you studied this? Tell me everyone, have you studied this? Yes or no? Tell me. Yes, very good. Okay, so this is when one root is same. Okay, this is a condition you have to just check using this. Now, if both root are equal, then it's easy, right? Then it's easy. Then you just have to take the ratio. A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2. Okay, got it? Okay, very good. Now, these are some points regarding graph. We know that when we talk about the graph, okay, so graph of quadratic equation is a parabola. The graph of quadratic equation is a parabola, and the point of intersection of this curve, which is parabola with x-axis, will give you the roots of the quadratic equation. Okay, right? And depending on the value, depending on the sign of A, we have either concave up or concave down. Okay, got it? Tell me, got it? Right? Okay, try to solve this problem, everyone. Try to solve this problem. Find the equation whose roots are reciprocal of this. It's quite easy one. Quite easy one. What's the answer? Everyone, please tell me what's the answer. This question should not take more than 5 seconds. This question should not take more than 5 seconds. See, when roots are reciprocal, just replace x with 1 by x now. Replace x with 1 by x, right? Yes or no? Tell me, yes or no? So if you replace x by 1 by x, so the equation is just reverse. The equation is just reverse. Got it? Tell me, got it? Easy? Yes, I am. Very good. The sign will be negative only, na? Minus 5x. Okay. Next one, question number 8. Question number 8, everyone try solving question number 8. Try solving question number 8, everyone, please. Okay, so I can say that we have what? X square minus x minus k, right? So one root is square of the other. Okay, one root is square of the other. Very good, Zaim. Very good. Okay. So we can just use this concept, right? This is something we have already solved. I hope all of you have solved this kind of problem in your exam or in your module. Okay, so we know that if one is square of other, so let's suppose one is alpha, the second is alpha square, and sum of root is 1. So alpha plus alpha square is 1, and alpha into alpha square is minus k, which is alpha cube is equal to minus k. So I can find the value of alpha, right? So put it, after putting, we will get something like this. Okay, right? So after solving, I can get the value of k as 2 plus minus root 5. Right? Yes, very good. Okay, right? Now, one next problem. I hope all of you understood this problem. Yes or no? Tell me. Raise your hand. All of you got this problem? Raise your hand. Yes, very good. Next, solve this problem. Sorry, it was not recorded. Thank you, Dhruv. Okay, so next topic is graph of quadratic equation. Now, when you talk about graph of quadratic equation, we know that the nature of graph is parabolic and it will be concave up if a is greater than 0 and concave down if a is less than 0. Now, when you talk about the nature, okay, when you talk about nature, so I can say that, okay, we can either have a graph which will intersect x-axis at 2 points or 1 point or does not, right? So when we talk about the first case, when d is greater than 0, which means we have real and distinct root, it means that the, tell me, graph will intersect x-axis at 2 points, x1 and x2, and these x1 and x2, these 2 points is your roots of the equation. Now, if you imagine the middle point, right? Now, this midpoint is what? This is x plus or x1 plus x2 by 2. Yes or no? Tell me. Because we know that the quadratic graph is symmetrical, right? It's symmetrical around this point M. So I can say that, okay, this point M is x1 plus x2 by 2. Now, what is x1 plus x2? It is minus b by a. So this is minus b by 2a, right? We can find this using differentiation also. If you remember, x squared minus ax squared minus, sorry, plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Differentiate it. Well, we will get what? 2ax plus b is equal to 0. So x is equal to minus b by 2a, right? Because slope is 0 over here. Okay, so this is the point of minima. This is the point of minima, and the minimum value will be, right? Put y is equal to x square plus bx plus c, right? Put x is equal to this. You will get the minimum value, right? Okay. Now, when d is equal to 0, then it will just intersect at one point. Now, at this point, how many roots do we have? Tell me. How many number of roots? Tell me, what is the number of roots? One or two? Snigdhu, that is the mistake NCRT did, right? NCRT, right? This is a mistake that it did. The number of roots is 2. The value of root is 1. There's a difference, right? Yes or no? Number of root is 2 and value of root is 1. Okay, because the value is same. We will never say that number of root is 1. And in this case, right, when d is less than 0, the number of root is, or real root, I'm talking about real root, is 0. Very good. And same way, when a is less than 0, everything will be the same. It will be just concave down, right? Concave down. In this case also 2 roots. Now in this case, the point minus by 2a will give you maxima or minima. Maxima or minima? Maxima, right? In this case, will give you maxima. Yes, very good. Okay, very good. So I hope all of you can solve these kind of problems. Tell me. I hope all of you can solve these kind of problems. X plus 5 minus 8 by x plus 5 is equal to 7. We'll consider x plus 5 is equal to y and then solve it. Yes, right? Yes. Depending on nature of roots also, we can solve all the problems. So I'm just trying to revise all those concepts, which is quite uh, basically which in which students make mistakes, but these concepts are quite easy. Yes or no? Right? I don't think that anyone make mistakes in these, right? Now, sign of the roots, tell me. Easy? This is your normal intuition, right? If sum of root is positive and product of root is also positive, right? Sum of roots and product of roots both positive, then the roots are positive, right? It is just now plus, 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 plus into plus, plus, right? Minus, 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 minus into minus, plus, right? Got it? So this is based on those concepts. So I hope all of you already understood this. Okay. Now let's try to solve this kind of problems. Wait, I'll just show you these kind of problems, which is maximum minimum value we have solved. Okay. The last concept is root of cubic, biquadratic, or any equation as such. So if I'm having a cubic equation, ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus d. Now in this case, I'm having three roots, alpha, beta, and gamma. So the same concept that we studied in quadratic, we can apply the same concept over here. I can say that, okay, sum of roots is always minus b by a, right? Minus b by a, right? Sum of roots taken 2 at a time is c by a. Sum of roots taken 3 at a time is minus d by a. Now, since we have only 3 roots, right? We will have alpha into beta into gamma is equal to minus d by a. Now, if we have 4, then same thing. Got it? Yes or no? Tell me. Yes or no? Right? So let's try to solve some problem based on this. Okay, we will try to solve some problem based on this. Try to solve this problem, everyone. Try to solve this problem. Okay, so what we have to do, tell me. In this, we have to determine the value of k so that this and this both will have, right? Both will have real roots. So we have to make discriminant greater than 0 in both the cases. Yes or no? So if you compare this, right, D, I can say that in this case we have k greater than equal to 16, right, or less than equal to 16, and greater than equal to minus 16, no, less than equal to minus 16. Sorry, this is wrong. Okay, right, greater than equal to 16, but in this case greater than equal to, sorry, less than equal to 16. So there's only one value which will satisfy both, which is 16. So the answer is k is equal to 16, right? The answer is k is equal to 16. Got it? Tell me. Got it? Right? Now, I hope all of you can solve this equation. I hope all of you can solve this equation. Yes or no? Tell me. Raise your hand. This equation all of you can solve, right? X by 5 is equal to y squared. So 5 by x is 1 by y squared. We can solve it easily. Now, let's try to solve one problem. Let's try to solve one very famous problem. Try to solve this one. Try to solve this one. I hope everyone remember the concept of infinite type of problems. Yes or no? Tell me. I hope all of you remember the concepts. Now think about it, right? So what we do in infinite type of problems, we know that suppose this is equal to x, right? Suppose this is equal to x, right? Now if this is equal to x, then I can say that this whole number after 20, this everything, this term is also x. Yes or no? Is also x, right? So I can write this as x plus 20 plus 1 by x. Now this is a quadratic equation. You have to solve for this quadratic equation. Got it? You have to solve for this quadratic equation. Got it? Tell me, got it? Everyone? Now, since we have to find the positive value, the answer is 10 plus root 101. 10 plus root 101. Everyone got this? Tell me, everyone got this? Raise your hand. Okay. So last problems of today's class, one last problem. Let's see how many of you can solve or how many of you remember the concepts. This will take few seconds to solve. Few seconds to solve. Try solving this. Tell me what's the answer. Everyone, I'll give you 1 minute. I'll give you only 1 minute. Quite an easy problem. Okay, this is quite an easy problem. Think about it. Now think about it. The answer is no solution. Why? Positive again, right? Mod is always positive. Yes or no? Tell me. This mod is always positive. We know that mod of x is always greater than 0. Yes or no? Right? Always greater than equal to 0. So positive value plus 10, which is again positive value, right? Sum of three positive value, how can it be 0? Tell me. How can sum of three positive values be 0? Yes or no? Tell me yes or no. Got it? Everyone got this? So Maurya and Priyanshu were correct. Okay. Apart from them, everyone was wrong. Okay. Got it? Tell me. Got this? Tell me. Yes or no? Yes or no? right? Okay, so I hope all of you understood the basic concepts of quadratic. Tell me, yes? Tell me, guys. All of you understood the basic concepts of quadratic? Okay. Okay, so we have revised this chapter. Okay, in next class, after this we will revise. In next class we will revise uh, this chapter, arithmetic progressions. Okay, we will revise arithmetic progressions. Okay, after that we'll revise differentiation and vectors and logarithm. Okay, right? So if possible, try to go through uh, concepts, because we'll be focusing more on problems plus concepts. That's same as we did in quadratic equation. Okay, right? Okay. So I hope all of you understood and enjoyed today's class. Okay, everyone. I'll keep